Hello and welcome to Iridology Around the World. Literally, we are right around the world today. We're in the Philippines and we've just had our first ever Philippine Iridology and Naturopathic Summit. And it's been absolutely awesome. We just finished literally half an hour ago.
Wonderful speakers from all over the world. We've had a great time.
And we've got Dr. McCullough here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her iridology story.
So, Dr. McCullough, how long have you been doing iridology?
This, I know you know, started 37 years ago on my first seminar with Dr. Jensen.
Yes, I remember.
Escondido.
Yes.
And what inspired you? Why did you go there? What inspired you to become an iridologist?
Well, I really didn't know about iridology. I just wanted to follow Dr. Jensen and have a sanitarium or a place where I can bring people, a place for people to get well. I had no idea until, of course, before you go to the conference before, you had to read his 2 books.
Yes.
And so I was forced to read the 2 books and said, aha, so this is like this. And the first time I saw Dr. Bernard Jensen, I fell in love with him.
Yes.
Honestly, I told it to my husband, and I said, "It's okay." I fell in love with the guy, and it has always been that way. And I've been going to him until he passed on, twice a year at least.
Yeah.
Until he went on seclusion for a few years, months, no years.
Yeah,
2 years, and so that's when I just missed him.
And so Dr. Jensen's Iridology Ranch
Yes.
inspired you to build Nourish that we have here today.
Yes, exactly. I wanted a place where I can bring people to go back to nature, do whatever was being taught to me by Dr. Bernard Jensen. He was my first teacher. And oh boy, I really learned a lot.
I'll bet.
And then we brought you into IPA.
Yes. Well, the truth is, I was working for, I was doing iridology for many years.
Yes.
So year 2000, I really quit. I retired, that's the word. And the reason was, here I am teaching iridology. I look at the eye. Somebody has diabetes, but there's no diabetes sign. Then I look at other things and they're not in the chart, you know. So I said, I'm just tired. I'm going to rest and I'll retire. So I retired. After a few years, my students were saying, come on back, teach, because nobody's teaching iridology and they're all fake and they're all, not good and all that. So what I did was I called Ellen, I called a few other of our friends and I said, Dr. Ellen, what's happening now in iridology? Oh, you have to come back.
And I was the president of IPA and I said, Beth, you have to come in and be an IPA instructor.
Yeah, and that was going to be in 2 weeks.
Yes.
It's February. And no, it was about 3 weeks before the convention. I said, oh my God, I'm going to go there. Wait, do I really want to go? But it's very convincing. And then she says, you have to get a test. What? I have to take a test? I studied everything that you can give me. And I up to a doctorate in Hawaii and every single book that Dr. Jensen had. Anyway, she says, it's different now. It's scientific, it's the European, you will love this. So since I love Dr. Jensen, I came back. And
I love Dr. Jensen. We were just adding to all of his knowledge and bringing knowledge from around the world to bring the best of iridology standards.
Yes. And so when I was in that convention, I had to take the test. And
the upper exam.
Yeah, the exam.
Wow.
And the thing is, when they were telling me I was going to have an exam, they said, don't worry, we have a booklet or a pamphlet that has everything in it. So I said, okay, send it to me immediately. But it's going to be a few weeks of studying, but it took so long. And the real truth is, I was in the departure lounge already, and my secretary calls, Mom, the package you've been waiting is here. Okay. I said, bring it to the airport. Then he said, I can't go to the airport. She doesn't know how to. Just my secretary said, okay, send the messenger. Tell him to go to pre-departure area. and keep his, just look for my husband. And so my husband knew some friends in the airport, and they let him out, get the book, and I studied it on the plane. It's a, it's a long flight. It's
Yes.
about 12 to 14 hours, or you had 16 hours.
Mhm.
And so I was reading that. But before that, since you said it was European iridology, I had the notes of Dr. Harry Wolf and
Yes.
Bill Caladona. So I was looking, but I never really understood that with all of this lymphatic and all
Yeah.
that. So I was trying to understand it before those things came, those booklet. And then I took the exam, and I was told to give Topos Tabayasan. We never studied that with Dr. Jensen.
Yeah.
I said, I only know one Topo Tabay, that's stable. So I don't know anything about it. And so that was the area where I had an error in our exam.
Yeah.
And so it was also very, what do you call this? It was funny for me because we had to pick up a topic in the fishbowl and teach the board of directors if you want to be instructor. All the terms were different.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay.
You did it well.
So
Yes,
that
you
was
did.
then I was certified.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And
You obviously were certified well to become an instructor.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, she's brilliant.
Yeah.
She's always done so well, and now she's brought it to so many students here in the
Yes.
Philippines.
I have.
I mean, I've coming here, I've been really amazed at your center, the retreat. I just would like you to tell us a little bit about how the vision of that you had.
Well, when the reason why I went to Dr. Bernard Jensen is we started distributing food supplements, which I found to be very, very exceptionally potent, and they were all made from seaweeds. You know that seaweeds have all the minerals, so that's why they were so effective. And people started asking me, what should I take for this? What should I take for that? My goodness, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But I had to study. I had to be, if I wanted to continue my business, I had to be able to answer them. So I started studying, and also I started writing a lot of authors and asking them how to do. And my letter to Dr. Bernard Jensen was, how will I start a sanitarium? I haven't even studied and I was starting a sanitarium. Anyway, so that was my dream from long ago. And then the structure of the building, I had a photograph which was 3 levels, all balconies and all that. So I said, that's the kind of building I like. So I placed it in my vision board.
Right.
So
Is this back in the 80s or?
yeah.
Wow.
1982.
Wow.
And then, so that photograph is still with me.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, and then we just went along.
And we're here. We're in the building.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, when I didn't even realize that, wait a minute, this is what I dreamt long ago. And exactly with lots of terraces, trees.
It all came true.
It all came true.
Wow.
It took some years.
Oh,
Of
yes.
course.
But it all came for a number of years. I've forgotten it. You were so engrossed in making the business work and all of this, all continued studying and all that. But all of a sudden, I said, it's slow. It was just going with the flow. That's what they said.
Yes.
We thought of the building because my sister said, why don't you have a big property, why don't you build a resort? Because she has a resort and she was making a lot of money. But I said, I don't have the beach. She had the beach. It was geared for surfers. I don't have a mountain. I don't have a view. I'm just a middle part of the mountain, And then she said, oh, you'll find a way. You pray. And then I said, I took my laptop and said, Lord, if I'm going to make a resort here or a center, what should it be? The answer to me is, do what you do best. Do what I do best. What do I do best? Natural healing. Okay, if I'm going to make a place for natural healing, what will I put? I said, okay, a meditation center, a place for people to go back to nature, a reflexology walk, some places, animals for children to pet, all of those little things we have here, the gardens. I used to We used to play mini golf. I put a mini golf. We used to play archery. I placed an archery. We used to play bowling, but I said, can I put a bowling room here? Then I found out about bocce, the lawn bowling in Europe. Okay, we put bocce. It's even so much easier. So all of those little things just came into place, and yeah.
beautiful places
And
for
this-
people to stay,
Yeah.
and a lovely place where we eat, and all the good food and everything. And a lot of the food we've had has come from your property.
yes,
here.
it's
Yeah.
farm to
Coconut
table.
water and
I have 150 coconut trees, and I always say you can have unlimited cocoa water. And if
yes.
you want to bring home some, you can climb the tree and get it.
And you have your chickens with the eggs.
Yes, we
and-
have our organic chicken and we have our organic eggs daily. There's always a lot every day. And then we do, well, all of the plants. We have a lot of fruits.
Mm.
And here in Nourish, if the fruit is in season and it's ripe, the guest can pick them up and eat it.
Yes.
Well, not to mention, it's so fine to have all of your naturopathy and iridology be close to the earth and truly learn about the food from the
Absolutely.
soil.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been feeding them healthy food every time we have a class. Their lunch is always organic, and they kept telling me these last days, we miss this food, we miss this food. Well, start making it yourself.
Yes.
Well,
Dr.
we-
Bernard Jensen would be so
Yeah,
proud of you
yeah.
because he was a
We've had
nature
great
boy.
food. We've had great food
Been a
here.
medical-
And it's been lovely to watch the little goats just
Yeah.
walking around, eating the
Yeah.
little grass.
Yeah,
No need for a mowing.
no,
Yeah.
but the grass grows faster than they're eating, so we still mow.
Oh,
you know,
really?
yeah.
Yeah.
But they eat also my vegetables, so there's no do not enter goats here because they ate a lot of. I grow pimiento, we grow pepper, we grow achuete,
Not sure about
the red coloring.
Mhm.
No, I
Okay.
don't know. We call it achuete, and then we have of course papayas, bananas, beans, lettuce, cucumber.
avocados.
Oh yes, I love the avocados.
Mangoes.
Mangoes, papayas, we have tamarind, we have,
The first night we arrived, we had avocado leaf tea,
yeah,
and that put us to sleep.
It
was
was
amazing. It
very
was really, really
wonderful for
good.
helping you sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
all you need to do is get one gift, boil it for 5 minutes.
Wow.
Amazing.
So Beth, what favorite iris sign after all these years and all the many signs you have seen? What would be your favorite one?
The blue one's the easiest to read.
But is there a sign in the eye that stands out for you?
I like the pigments.
Okay.
I like the pigments.
Yeah.
They basically highlight something about the person, and the person with pigments, of course, a jewel, so it's a thinking person and all that. And I like thinking persons.
Absolutely. Detail oriented.
Yes.
Yeah. And what we do at the end of our show, we usually play a little game. So we want you to pick a number between 1 and 36, please.
Oh, 24?
Okay. And Ellen's going to look at 24
Okay.
and ask you a quick question.
So number 24 is, what would you advise a person with connective tissue subtype and flowers all over the iris?
Oh, that's a very, very easy question. Because I'm not going to go per organ. I'll only do one thing: detoxification and improve the immune system, period.
Yeah.
Because you cannot go, let's go to the liver. No way. You cannot go all. And that's the immune system. Just feed the immune system, but
Yeah.
detox first.
Yes.
So that's what I tell all my students. Doc, how are we going to go start with all of these flowers and everything?
Right.
I said, don't worry, it's easier. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Go
what I
for the
answer.
whole
Go
constitution.
for the whole body.
Yay.
That's it.
What would you say, Ellen?
Well, I would say if you're a connective tissue subtype, we need to work on strengthening the tissues of the body and possibly with bioflavonoids and rutins so they won't get hemorrhoids, hernias, varicose veins. And also if they're a flower, they really need to express themselves.
Yeah.
They need to be creative or otherwise they will be cut.
Yeah.
So whether singing or dancing or
Mhm.
whatever they do, they need to be expressive.
So like you both, I don't focus on each individual flower, otherwise you'll be there all day.
Yes.
However, I usually tell them how creative they are and how do they express their
Mhm.
creativity. And if they're not expressing their creativity, how would they like to express their creativity? Because that I feel is part of their healing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you're so good.
it's been such a pleasure
It's wonderful
to talk to
with
you and to
today.
be here.
And to be here in the Philippines with you.
And we're coming back next year.
Yes, we
Yes,
are.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, I'd like to invite all of you here. It's really different. I know I made something that is just different. There's no
Yes.
place like it. And I'm very strict. I follow our rules and natural healing.
Yes.
No junk in this place.
So I would say to all iridologists, naturopaths, or anyone interested in natural health, if you would like to come here, you will be in paradise.
Yeah, you literally picked up from the airport and we're in this cocoon.
Yeah,
It's like a natural health retreat cocoon, really, aren't we?
it's absolutely beautiful.
Awesome. So thank you so much for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having
and for
me
talking
here.
to us.
Congratulations
and
on all you've accomplished.
and we
Thanks.
look forward to people hearing this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, great. And I like the comments.
Yes.
Okay.